Welcome back to the Dante's gameplay through. Now it's time to take the Fox News propaganda off the air for real.
Yes, we're going to go after Bob Barbas, or is the joke was obvious enough that it's a Bill O'Reilly. In fact, do you think Bill O'Reilly himself knows about this even back then, back in 2013 when it was released, and he's just blatantly ignoring it just because he knows it is what it is?
Yeah, honestly, who cares what he thinks?
I mean, he was kind of a bit of a controversial news reporter back then, but hey, it's meme material now.
Yeah. Now we got the drive and the overdrive. So now the drive.
Yeah, this is the
very powerful.
Yeah, this is the projectile move for the rebellion. Really good.
I'll be using this against the next main boss we'll be seeing after this one later. It'll be a really big help. So yeah, now that we got our devil trigger, quote unquote, it's time to move on.
I'm not sure if I brought this up myself, but I already mentioned in part one that this was the very first Devil May Cry game that I actually sat down and played. I've only watched the previous playthroughs we did of the original series, so I can't really say much because I have not played it myself, but this was the first step for me.
Yeah.
I will say this though, the definitive edition is the superior version because we already mentioned it fixes a lot of things. And there is the hardcore mode, which does negate that devil trigger movement of not throwing enemies into the air at the cost of making the ranking system just like the originals, and by that it decreases a lot faster.
Yeah.
And I will say visually, it looks really good. Like every single level we've seen so far, there's no backtracking. Every single level in Limbo is visually different and visually pleasing. Now I have to say.
Yeah, that's one thing I'd never liked about Devil May Cry 4. But the only reason Dante went backwards for the second half of the game is because Hideaki Itsuno quite literally did not have the budget to make any more levels. And here we have one of the most controversial and unnecessary elements of the plot beginning to take root.
Yes, this is where Phineas here is going to tell us that in order to piss off Mundus, we have to go after not his mistress, but his unborn child, because he will be the heir to the Demon King realm.
Mundus doesn't give a shit about Lilith, but if the child dies, then yeah, that'll be fury beyond anything for him. Yeah, this isn't ominous at all.
It's like, why'd you have to whisper? It's like Mundus doesn't hear what we're actually discussing.
Oh, he's just casually whispering in our ear, "Hey, kill the baby." Like, no, that's dumb.
Well, at least this is the last time he's going to be helpful for us and showing us the way.
Yeah, this is the last time we're seeing Phineas.
Yeah, I like to imagine that if there was going to be a sequel, he would be brought back. But yeah, as of now, we never see him again after this.
Yeah.
Now, I won't lie, the first time I got to this area, this mission, I would say, is visually one of the most memorable. When I got to this bit, I instantly thought, oh god, anti-gravity controls because we're upside down. No, at least it's a still walking bit. You're just force walking, but I'm thankful for this because it's upside down. Well, we're upside down, but we can actually see the city.
Yeah, did you try and hold down here instead of up the first time because you thought the controls were reversed?
Because I thought I would go reverse, but no, it's just exactly the same. So now we're going to make our way to Raptor News Network.
And now it's firing a giant laser. This is quite some security they've got here.
And now you're rocking the DmC 1 outfit. In fact, do you, in terms of the classic Dantes, do you prefer the Devil May Cry 3 outfit or the Devil May 1 outfit?
1, because it was the very first game in the series. I started with the first one all the way back in 2001.
There is another thing as well, after we got our Devil Trigger. There is a visual change for the standard Dante. He does get a white patch of hair, and then by the end of the game, his hair is fully white. Yeah. It's like he's embraced his demon powers at the very end. Yeah,
and you can get a little head start in the laser there using the stinger for that first little platforming part.
Aye.
But yeah, fall off the ledge here, you just take damage and have to do this little set piece again. And we're on the news now.
Oh,
quite literally.
God, if this was in Scotland, can you imagine if we had to go through like multiple news reports? Like we have to go through the BBC, Channel 4, STV News just to get to this guy?
This is one of the coolest levels from a visual standpoint. Yeah, now we're actually trying to get to the core of the broadcast station.
Like this is unique. Like I will say again, I mentioned before, this is visually good, and In fact, you're actually rotating the camera just to see how beautiful it looks. Actually.
Yeah, actually, because the reason I rotate the camera is because I didn't remember if there was a secret behind me. Because some games like to do that, where it's like, hey, you go into this very obvious linear area, turn around for a secret, or you'll miss it, dumbass.
Yeah. Watch it though, you can get hit by the logo as you're going across. Yeah.
So you have to time this properly. I'm trying to time it so I don't get hit by it.
You're hesitant at the moment.
Imagine getting killed by the news.
Oh, well, this is, in this world, the Mundus is controlling the world not through death, but through social commentary.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the logo to fucking turn around again, but it wasn't showing up. Maybe there's a point where it doesn't just swirl around so you don't get hit by it.
And again, I have to say, even though I'm not yet, I've seen this mechanic, the giant floating head as a boss fight in the middle of arena. I've seen it many times, but visually this looks cool.
Devil May Cry 2 does this. One of the most annoying bosses in the game. It's a three-headed fight boss, and it just does nothing but fire projectiles at you.
Although I will be honest, the very first time I got here, it took me a while to realize that to the game weakness, you have to Hulk smash the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually do need the gauntlets for this, so make sure to equip them every now and then.
I mean, that's the problem. I already mentioned that when it comes to me personally, when it comes to the demon weapons, I'm mostly using the axe just because it's more effective for me anyway. I rarely realize that I do have the gloves, and I only really need them for moments like this, or in levels where you have to break certain walls with the gloves. So
I love that little line. I wouldn't bet on it, you little shit. Now, what you have to do here is you have to avoid the propaganda beams, as I like to call them, as he tries to crush you with them, and hit the switches. Once you get close enough, let loose with Trinity Smash. And as you can see, yeah, look at that damage.
Yeah, it's really easy once you know what to do.
Trinity Smash just not only breaks the game, it breaks fights, even on the higher difficulties.
Now we saw you just dodge that shockwave. I actually found this out because I was playing this for context last night. You can actually jump in between that explosion, and you can just jump and do mid-air attacks, and you won't take damage from it.
Yeah, there are little gaps in some of the propaganda beams that he fires that you can jump through. Here's another nice little visual touches that we're fighting in the carnival area.
I'll give the developers this again. This is visually, cool. You're watching it, and I think it's implied that the citizens are watching this through the news.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that they're trying to twist it to look like Dante is just murdering everyone when that's not what was happening at all.
Yeah, in this report, this is where Bob is giving some backstory to Dante, but in his biased perspective, saying he was in an orphanage and he killed the headmistress in that orphanage, all because she was a demon.
Yep. And he calls him a sexual deviant as well.
Well, you say that, but the subtitles say it wrong, actually. I'm not sure if you noticed.
Oh, do they? Oh.
It's going to come up soon, but you'll see. Instead of sexual disease, the subtitles say sexually diseases.
Oh.
A little bit of a typo there, but...
Also, the boss...
That's right there. Right there. You see it? I'm spreading sexually diseases of the unholy kind.
Oh, Capcom, you and your typos never change. It's locked far on the other side in Code Veronica.
Plus, another thing about this is these newspaper transitions is that it gives you a chance to keep your combo going.
Yeah. And this is one of the few times in the game where you easily get access to your Devil Trigger. Because when you deal a ton of damage to Bob, you get a lot of the meter back compared to like the earlier fights you were seeing in the previous mission. I was barely getting any meter back, if at all.
And also, this boss function is the rule of 3. Like, you got one Hawk Smash to do, then you got 2, then the final stage you got 3.
Yeah, and since the Devil Trigger doesn't throw them up into the sky or anything, I can just use it normally here.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's what I like to see.
And again, the Devil Trigger, I would say, doesn't wholly suck in overall. I would say it's disappointing, but it does have its functions. Like, again, it boosts your attack, and it also slowly redrains your health. Although I cannot deny that when I'm playing it myself, I only really use it as a last-ditch attempt. Like, if I'm running low, or if a tougher enemy is giving me a hard time, then I'll swap it around. The Dream Reaper. Yeah. Or, what you call them, the Butchers, the big guys with the buzzsaws.
The chainsaw guys.
No, the buzzsaws that throw them as projectiles, and their weakness is they're called Butchers.
Yeah, the belly?
Yeah, where the weak spot is the belly. Yeah. They were annoying.
Triple S, yay, love it. Now I have a ton of moves to actually use. We're actually getting a lot more style now.
Aye.
I still don't use the Delta Trigger here because I don't like using it against regular mobs, just because, again, when it throws the enemies up into the sky, it just kind of throws my pacing off. And it's a bit annoying trying to go up and grab them and pull them back down. It wastes time.
To be fair, though, we are aware that there in the definitive edition there is an option for hardcore mode, which negates that for double trigger, which keeps them on the ground. But as we mentioned before, but we're not playing it on hardcore mode. This is just a normal standard playthrough.
Hardcore makes it a lot more difficult to actually keep your meter up as well.
Yeah, the meter goes realist quite fast.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a bit too punishing for your first playthrough. And now we get our next main plot development.
Yeah. While Dante's fighting Bob Barbas here, Mundus's SWAT have found the location of the Order and they're on their way to invade it. But we have to deal with this asshole first.
Yep. Yeah, we can't just leave mid-fight. That wouldn't be good.
It'll give him more news to rant about.
Yeah.
Think of the views.
Well, we're already all over the World Wide Web right now because they just showed his face there.
In fact, speaking of Bob, I think we talked over this at the beginning of part 1, but there is another quote that I do like from him when he's on Dante's TV back in the caravan, when he's talking about, oh, this is a demon, do not approach him, and he says something along the lines of, I'm not one up for the death penalty, so there's only one thing we should do. Illegally shoot the son of a bitch.
And here's a call back to an actual quote in real life.
Yeah, they literally say do it live. It's like, again, we want you to know we're a Bill O'Reilly parody.
We're cartoon villains and we're sure as hell gonna make you know it. Last switch and go to town.
Yeah, this is after this is it.
That was me trying to switch to the axe and realizing I had the damn gauntlet.
Don't worry, I've fallen for that too. Now this is where he does he shoots him in the air, and literally in the air, and it's, I have to say, it's quite convincing for the public to see the newsreel being shot live on air. So yeah,
it's like fucking, what was it, Joker, where he kills the who is it, Robert De Niro's character live on the air.
Yeah,
like one of the most disturbing scenes in the movie.
Oh yeah, but that was one of the best scenes in the movie actually.
Now we get the best angel weapon in the game, Aquila.
Oh, it's called Aquila. I always thought it was pronounced Aquila because there was Quill in the name.
Or I think, well, that's just any one of them works, honestly.
So let me get this straight. We just got an angel weapon from a demon that was just doing God's work.
Yeah. All right, Luther, what are you doing now?
You know, Mundus, we know you get your power from the Hellgate there, but you really need to keep it open like that. What if someone just casually walks in and goes, ooh, what's that big glowing light there?
Lightning fast, dual-wielded weapons. So long range and sweeping attacks make them devastating against large or weak enemies. The pause combo for this is the best attack in the game for bringing in mobs towards you.
Absolutely, and with that, it brings them closer and it allows you to build your rank up. So I would say this is my favorite angel weapon in the game.
The L2 and circle attack for Aquila throws the weapon towards enemies and it hits them repeatedly. That's the best option to use against the bitch with a shield.
Oh, the witch's eye.
Yeah.
And also, that bad news, Mission 10, the bad news, that's one of the few levels that doesn't have any collectibles, so you're guaranteed a triple S for that.
Well, as long as you don't completely fuck up in the combat, that is.
And that's everything for the Rebellion now. So you're maxed out on your sword.
Yep.
Again, I wish there was different swords, or at least different skins for the swords. I mean, we get skins for the axe and the scythe and the shotgun, but not the gun or the swords.
Yeah. And the skins aren't really that impressive either. They're just boring.
Well, I would say there was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. We could have had the classic Sparta or Rebellion now.
Oh, Bob Barbas, you'll be forever missed. Not.
No. Absolutely. Nothing of value was lost. This is another thing they do in this game as well, like the whole social commentary thing. They allude to the fact that the police in this universe are brutal as fuck.
Yeah, like to the point where they don't even believe in freeze before they shoot.
Yeah.
But we don't actually fight the humans because, again, we're getting sucked into limbo once again. And again, I do like that the way Limbo functions, it's like it's its own demon, it twists and it crunches the level design and then makes you feel like, okay, we are going to crush you to death or anything like that. And again, visually cool.
Yeah, as you just saw there, Aquila bringing in all the enemies is really cool there. And it's also, because it's another new weapon you can switch to, it's really helpful for bringing up style meter. So now I'll be consistently getting triple S ranks, provided I don't randomly fuck up. Again, you have the equivalent of high rise as well. That's the move where Dante just flies up into the air with sword.
So no, it's just you were standing there. I was like, wait a minute, why am I not transitioning? Oh, there's always that one asshole that's still alive.
And now we have a new variation of the Tyrant.
Yeah, this is just a variation of the big guy. They're called Butchers.
This guy on the higher difficulties is a nightmare, because much like the Tyrant, he has a Berserk mode, but I don't even know if you can pull this guy down.
No, I don't think you can, because he's got metal armor. So the only really strategy that I can think of to do with personally is just doing what you're doing right now. Spam the projectile with the axe.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the right opening for it, is the thing. But yeah, this enemy's really annoying, because he's always in a Berserk mode on the higher.
I mean, if there is a way to go up close and personal with him and do some combos, I don't know about it, so...
It's all about waiting for the right opening. Like, there's only a small part where you see me getting in close. Yeah, and he throws the projectiles at a ground level to fake you out as well, which is annoying.
Yeah.
This Berserk mode, you'll always be in this on the higher difficulties.
But as a last-ditch effort, he has a self-destruct, so...
Yeah, that will damage you if you're too close to it.
Now, correct me on this, with the scythe, there is a glow. Does that increase the damage? Again, I only ask because I barely use the scythe.
Yeah, that's actually one of the problems with the scythe. You have to deal enough damage with it to power it up, and only then will it deal more damage. And there's the L2 plus circle attack with Aquila.
That would be really
at them.
Yeah, that would be really great for when you get those angel doors that you need to. They're really effective, because they not only go in a straight line, they go in any direction. Like, see that one up there. If you got a pipe and then you went up to the sledge, you'll just throw them up in any direction, just as long as you're facing it.
I actually need the Aquila to get through one of the angel doors from the mansion much earlier, but I can't get that without this weapon. And even if you could get over there somehow, you wouldn't be able to hit it enough times, because those doors regenerate if you don't hit them after a certain amount of time.
Well, even if you destroy them completely and then don't bother to go through the door.
No. If you hit them a few times but don't destroy them, they do regenerate whatever part of the door you destroyed.
Now you need to smash the ground.
Big monkey fists.
No, come on, he's an orange Hulk. Yeah, that is much faster than the scythe, where it's like you need to have at least 3 or maybe 6 swings with the scythe.
There's a secret on the other side, I think. Yeah, lost soul.
Yeah, and a couple of red orbs.
Yeah.
I will give it this though, when it comes to replaying the levels, you don't have to go through all the collectibles. In fact, that's another thing I want to say with which they added for the definitive edition. In the original version, there was we all know you have to get secret keys to unlock the secret mission, but they were all different color coded. Like you had bronze, platinum, but now in the definitive edition, you just have gold keys.
Yeah, it's just all one color now.
Where are you?
And I think they also did that as well, is like it doesn't matter what key you get. If you say you have 3 keys, you can go straight to that secret door in that without needing to get the key in that same level.
Yeah. It does mean you can find doors and keys out of order though, so you will have to scour through the missions looking for the one specific one you missed. But that's what collectible guides are for.
Caps thinking dress up. That scroll seaman really is very handy for these portals.
Yo, Dante, not exactly being subtle about it, are we? The funniest one is still fuck you, Dante.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for the limbo when he's coming out with these words, and I'm just waiting for him to, instead of being meanful, just to go, whatever. Because he's running out of words. Yeah, that's what you're doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you can send the projectiles
there
back.
There are some parries in this game. Not anywhere near as many as the canon game. So yeah, look at that, sensational. Yeah, once he starts moving around like that, that's your cue that he's gonna blow up.
And now you've got the regular big guy and the witches. But thankfully, with the angel weapons, Aquila, the shield is not as a pain in the arse.
Yeah.
Although she could still do that thing where she can transfer the shield to other regular enemies. I'm not sure if that includes the big guy. Well, at least you can get the big guy up in the air.
Yeah, you see, another problem there is that I activated it, went to hit him, and I completely missed. as well. That's one of the problems with the enemies being thrown up into the sky. Is like if I don't judge the right distance to jump, I'll end up missing with my follow-up attack.
Now, with Devil Trigger, you can cancel it. It's not like one of those, you use it and then you have to wait till the meter depletes. Could you do that as well in the original games? Like you can deactivate Devil Trigger?
Yeah. It does use a set amount of energy when you activate it though, so...
Right, okay. That's fine.
But this one, you really see how much the meter goes down way too quickly as well. Like, I barely had it on for just a few seconds and it drained really fast. It's like...
I like to think that when they add the green orbs, it's kind of like depending on how much damage you have. So, like, say you went in that room and you didn't take any damage, it would be a red orb instead.
Yeah.
The bitch is here.
Bitch is near, is what it says.
Oh, sorry.
It's kind of hard to see when I'm standing in the middle of one of the letters.
There's a lost soul there. You got to free him.
Yeah, if you miss this one, you need to get your eyes checked.
Yeah, we can't do anything about the humans because we can see
we're stuck in limbo.
Yeah, we're stuck in limbo, but we can't do it. They can't see us.
The problem with this though is that it's one of those missions where you have to wait for like NPCs to advance and do stuff before you can move on. Now we have the annoying little fuckers again.
I mean, to be fair, what you said there about you having to wait, isn't that for every hack and slash game ever made?
It depends on how they approach certain missions. Fucking, what was it? Death House Part 1.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that game? You could just run past all the enemies in the game, and then the Part 2
Yeah, I remember that game where EA took a magical world of Harry Potter and turned it into a first-person shooter.
It was so obvious that they had no idea how to make Part 1 into a game. Because it's just only one half of a story.
And it's just a big build-up.
Yeah. And then the second game, it's quite literally just fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah, but with wands.
They have purple orbs in there.
Yeah, they're there for your Devil Trigger.
Oh. Yeah, because in the preview and the canon games, it's white orbs that replenish your Devil Trigger.
Yeah, the white orbs of this are for your experience.
Yeah. Bang bang, shitty shitty.
Too bad the guns are not really as useful.
We're actually getting our next one at the end of this mission.
Or the shotgun.
Oh wait, it might be the next mission, because I think this one...
It is the next mission, but I know what you're talking about. It's the shotgun. It's like, Virgil, if you had this entire time, would it have been helpful, useful, or earlier? Just saying.
Maybe it's Fedora. He was too busy trying to find his Fedora.
Also, did you know that, I'm not sure if you knew this back when you played the original, did you know that there was a prequel comic?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was a prequel comic. It basically establishes how Virgil came to be and how he met Kat and got her into the world of Limbo and the organization as a whole. And it literally, and the last few pages of that is where they realize where Dante is.
Yeah, and we're not quite done yet, but
we're just gonna have to continue and see if we can get back to Kat and Virgil in the next part.
Yeah, because the police are here. You went too crazy in Central Andrew. You brought them here.
Why are you blaming me?
Because I've seen your footage for eventual Saints Row 2 run that you plan to do, and Andrew's a monster in that game.
Don't tell that, you're spoiling future playthroughs.
Well, fuck you. I just like the Buster Balls.